Hello and welcome, Cosmic Quantum Travelers. I hope you're doing good. Um, Let me know how you're doing because I know there's a lot of very strong light codes flowing in. I've been very busy on the grids doing our light work, so anchoring a lot of light and working with the gates and the grids, and it's all lit up. That's all I can see. Our light bodies are coming full of powerfully online, our superpowers, our remembering, it's all lit up. The stairways to heaven on earth, so to say, are lighting up through us, fully opening up our sacred crystal hearts right now. So there's a lot of healing and heart opening happening, which can also cause, along with this huge amount of light and divine law flowing in, sometimes it's like anxiety bordering onto excitement, or you're not quite sure which one it is, because it's in a way both. So it's like, anxiety, sometimes it's like stage fright. It can, it's actually excitement, or it can feel very close to it. Now, it's definitely very important to transcend any remaining fears, because that's really what Ascension is all about. And I came across a quote that's very on point. You have to become fearless to get out of here eternally alive. So you have to realize this is a dream. You're dreaming all of this. Your body isn't really real. You are a holographic projection. This reality is a holographic projection, and you have to now hold that consciousness as the diamond avatar that you are, which is coming fully online. We, as the cosmic monad, are holding these blueprints for reality, cosmically so, as well as, the whole consciousness shift is happening through us being the change. So through us really, letting go of all the thoughts and belief systems that are not serving us, no matter how true you believe they are, where you've learned them, Because I wanted to say, actually, before I forget it, one thing about the Metatronic Reversals. I spoke about this before, and also my last video, if you want to check that out, and I left links in the description box there. And I just want to say, it doesn't matter whether, for example, Metatronic Reversals are very much connected to the flower of life, sacred geometries, and the Vesica Pisces. And then we hear Metatron, and then obviously Archangel Metatron and all of that stuff. So when people then hear, sometimes, depending on what level their knowledge is at, or what they believe to be true or not, and, the belief systems we all have, and what's what, good, bad, right, wrong, compartmentalization, that is very ripe within the spiritual and religious communities. So basically, I would look at it as, first of all, if you think about channelings of anyone, channeling Metatron, Archangel Michael, the Galactic Federation, guardians, it doesn't really matter who or what it is, okay? First of all, these are consciousness fields. This is not just one person being, these are whole consciousness fields, okay? That like monadic, ascended master levels, okay? Angelic archangel levels. Now, I do believe that a lot of digression has happened with the Metatronic consciousness field, that it basically went into the beast machine and it fallen and kind of enmeshed itself with the artificial intelligence realities. But it did so because it wanted to save parts of itself. It was a part of a rescue mission, and then it got lost within that consciousness, so to say, or like that artificial construct of the beast machine, as some know it. If you want to look up what that means, go to ascensionglossary.com. Always take what resonates, leave the rest. These are just concepts, symbolism, stories we are telling ourselves and projecting ultimately in order to understand the bigger picture and lesson. So don't worry about this, generally speaking, because the Vesica Pisces and Metatronic Reversals, flower of life, reversals are being fully corrected, especially now, through the Trinity wave, through the Tri-wave returning, through the threefold founder flame fully returning. So the primal sound and light fields fully being corrected. So the emerald ray and then the blue amethyst and gold ray fully returned through the Holy Trinity and through the rebirth of the cosmic Christ. So us rebirthing and returning the original divine blueprints of creation to all, because the divine dream and blueprint carries the blueprint of all races across the cosmos, and especially as starseeds, indigos, gray lines, cosmic dragons, we hold these divine cosmic blueprints, especially connected to the Blue Nile Code, who then holds a whole cosmic blueprint for all of creation. And as we heal, so the core of the cosmic monad, as I see it, all heals. Because we're connected to all bloodlines, all tribes, all races across the cosmos. Because there's only one of us here, ultimately. Now, we had to so just to say with the Metatronic Reversals, so never mind if you run around with a flower of life tattoo or a crystal flower, or the crystal star, and crystal spiral, geometries, which is the ones, the latter would be the ones that are representing eternal life, sacred geometries, okay, that are running in the fields. I do work with that a lot. So if you want to imagine anything, it would be the crystal lotus flower, the crystal spiral around Earth instead of like the flower of life. If I would have a choice, I mean, that's what I do anyway. But it's beyond that, because if you're stuck in polarity and compartmentalization, dogmatism, right, wrong, good, bad, have everything boxed up and think you know what's what, you're stuck in polarity. And that's you feeding the reversals, the flower of life. So never mind what sacred geometry you surround yourself with. If you're not carrying that consciousness, I mean, of course, you like to, have the sacred geometry around you that is of the highest frequency possible. So, it's definitely a thing, but it goes beyond that. So it doesn't matter like kind of what you associate with. If you're still stuck in distorted polarities and judgment, you're still in fragmentation and you're still feeding those reversals. Because it's basically what reversals are inversions within the consciousness. It's polarity, distorted polarity. That's what the twin flames are here to integrate. It's about polarity integration. It's about mission work, beyond any kind of romantic relationship, always. And that's what we're all here for, obviously. But then it's also about divine love, and it's also about the romance and really remembering what all of this is truly about. It's the oneness. That's what sets us all free. It's the true remembering and embodiment of that oneness, because it's obviously one thing to talk about it, another thing to embody it. And many of us had many experiences, or at least a few along the lines of those feelings of total oneness, divine love, love, bliss, and so forth, that do keep us going on this journey, so to say. So again, whole Metatronic reversal thing, just don't worry about it. It's been cleared at cosmic level, especially today. I mean, again, I've been very busy. The miracles I am noticing in the sky, before I forget, number one is chemtrails, none since Friday. If there are any planes trying to make them, which have been very, very few, none yesterday, I could see, a few today again, but they literally just disappeared. The light is so strong. Again, it will also be down to what I'm getting to your level of consciousness. So you can clear this in your field. As you reach the highest levels of consciousness and just pure source light flowing through you, just embody or see the diamond white flame, which is the threefold founder flame, together, all the rays together, emanating from your heart, out into your field, out into the cosmos, or however far you want to take it, your area, your country, your continent, the world, or cosmically so, and purify everything. It's all being totally purified through the infinite power of divine love, literally. Because I see divine unions fully completing inside and outside, all as one. Like there's a lot happening in between the twin flames, original founder races, gray lines. Again, it's all interconnected, and we all are part of these templates and blueprints, as I believe, because it's all about relationships. How do we relate to one another? And once we have returned fully to self-love and the oneness, and there's no more blame, shame, guilt, fear, doubt, worries, all of this is fully gone because you're fully connected to God's source consciousness and you know yourself as one with everything, and there's just everything always working out for you. And especially now, it's just like full trust, surrender to divine will, become an agent of divine will. It's both ends, so it's not like you're doing nothing, but it's like one now moment to the next, one step after another. Like that's what I'm being shown. And I'm just fully surrendered to it at this point, because that's where we need to be. It's like full surrender right now. One now moment to the next. And the message is the time is now, and it's now or never to fully like jump all in fearlessly, because you have to. And it's really like, you know, it's like love or fear. Are you jumping all in? Are you, you know, risking it all in the name of divine love? Or are you going to keep playing small? And divine love is to you just like following your heart, living your highest joy, your happiness, you know, where your destiny is taking you. You need to fulfill your highest destiny. You need to be the hero, your own hero. That's the only way we can complete this all together as one. And we all heal together as one. Like it's all about us coming back together. You know, even if it's just a few people that really appreciate us, get us, you know, there's reciprocity and all of that. Truth, authenticity, divine love. And it's just like, and the way you transcend fear is ultimately facing it and going through it. You can't just expect it to dissolve before you do anything. No, you do it whilst you jump through it and you do these things. That's what initiations are for. And this is the final initiation. Have you learned all your lessons? Are you going to where your heart is telling you to go? And the 6-6 gateway is huge for divine unions. Again, I feel like, again, it has the divine weddings, as in herogamic unions, have already happened at higher level many months ago. But again, it's trickling down. And what I could see yesterday was also like, at least in my case, all being connected up and connected with my twin up to then the soul star level. And the soul star was the kind of final connection in between the higher and lower levels, because it's also connected to the 15-dimensional chakra system. So it's like the twins are connecting, you know, heaven on earth, and kind of the soul star is kind of the what they share. But it's like two soul stars shining as one, two suns as one. But that's where they're connected at that level. But it's also because the third eye and crown is the new third eye, and then the soul star is kind of the joint crown, so they've been literally crowned. And divine weddings are here. And again, it's a collective herogamic union event. It's as they come back together, it's us just like returning to what has always been the only real truth, as in they're already married. And again, it's beyond 3D concepts of what that means. Okay. Because it's us really joining as one body, mind, body, heart, mind, one heart, mind, and soul, cosmic monad, and it's done. The cosmic Christ shield, done. The quantum tree of life, it's all fully igniting. Our plasma bodies and the planetary are fully igniting. Okay, this is the planetary heart, mind reset, fully completing. This is it. Okay, it's now or never. Let's make this so. Let's have some serious fun with this hologram, because it's us. Everything is projected out from the inside. So now that all remaining fears, doubts, worries, insecurities, all this bullshit, all the limiting platforms and belief systems that the false matrix was based upon have fully dissolved. Tsunami. Just relax, keep breathing. I know there's a lot of anxiety also, as again the heart opens up, but just go for it. Just do whatever you've been told. Create wonderland, live and claim your fantasy. This is all imagination, remember. Okay, as we remember ourselves fully as the eternal diamond avatar self that we are fully ignited. All right. So you are internal. You've never been born, you'll never die, you're pure consciousness, you're pure conscious awareness. That's where we're at now. Where you're no longer being run by your monkey brain, but you're just connected to source, and whatever you need to know in every now moment will come to you in every now moment. Everything is very much in flux. There's no more planning. There's no more security as such that's imagined anyway. You would be provided for always. You now know yourself as safe, provided for, supported, loved by the divine. Because you're in service to the divine. And we have completed our missions. The final initiation is, you know, again, it's like a final test. Are we going for what we really love? You know, taking risks, jumping all in, whatever we are being shown, because we remember it's all a hologram, it's a projection, it's a game, okay? And again, we cannot die. We have never been born. So that's fearlessness. And again, it doesn't mean that fears don't come up, but you keep pushing through them. That's the only way through to the other side, literally. Okay, so there is no bondage, no escape from anything but the illusion the mind has created. Needs to be repeated. Okay. Presence of the mind, fully dissolved now. Okay. Keep deepening into the heart, keep breathing through. It's all good. Keep connecting to nature, salt baths. I know there's a lot. It's just you need to know the false matrix was held in your body, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. But like all the AI, all of that stuff, it's all fully clearing, all the karmic density, all the Mayas. And I mean, there's just a washout now to fully be in heaven on earth now. And all of this has been a dream. So the realization of our oneness and true power is what sets us all free. It's all about reclaiming your power, okay? It really is. And leave the judgments out there, really. Because you judging anything, and there's so much judgment in the spiritual community, it's like you're in polarity consciousness. Discernment is different. Just keep checking yourself, because the judgment is where you're still in fragmentation with parts of yourself. Okay, and it's fine. You just need to go into it. That's the whole thing. It's like you just need to face everything. It's like, yeah, I'm being triggered. Yeah, here's the judgment. Keep seeing the good in everything. Okay, so this is an important part. I'm going to come to now in a sec. So powerful healing of our central nervous systems. Fully relax your body as much as you can. It's literally sacred service, okay? What seems like being lazy to a 3D person is you being in sacred service. I mean, the more conscious you can be of that, the better. I mean, when I lie in the garden, I literally, you know, I work with the stargates, the gates, the grids, to anchor a whole lot of codes and light and, you know, consciously. But again, every divine human being that carries the Christ code is, you know, ultimately doing grid work and anchoring frequencies, okay? Because we have also done this, you know, for many of us before, we were kind of activated, as I call it, or awakened, as some call it. So just surrender to the flow of life instead of going against it. There's no control here. There's just total acceptance of what is right now. You know, it's like, yes, you want certain things you would like to happen, but it's ultimately you just fully surrender. God, I'm fully in your hands, and this is just, you know, just show me, tell me what to do, and I fully trust my guidance. Because your intuition and our guidance is God speaking to you. Now, that's the one thing I wanted to definitely bring in now. About the Lemurian Massacre, we spoke about this before. So it's about the Lemurian timelines where the invasions came in. And basically it's about the original twin flames, so the original Ayani priesthood, Melchizedek's blue rays, that basically held and hold the creation codes, the original source codes, blueprints for creation. You know, we were invaded, and this is where kind of the last kind of massacre happened. And Stronghold was. And basically, so there was this whole split and basically lost in trust in our own inner intuition and guidance, as well as between the masculine and feminine divine counterparts. And I spoke about this plenty before. Now, basically, I was shown just at a deeper level, and I want to share this now. It's basically like, okay, so, and I spoke about this, you know, Todd Medina also in the interview there, and he spoke about it, where the divine masculines are basically not, you know, we weren't all prepared for invasions to come in. We couldn't physically like defend ourselves. Now, anyway, they also kind of let them in regards to the divine masculines, also listen to the stories, and basically on both sides, the same as the feminines then were convinced to go off to Nibiru, thinking they would save their divine masculines, but obviously they were killed and tortured and so forth. So, you know, it didn't work out well. Both sides made mistakes, so to say. But, and this then created distrust within the self, your own intuition, as well as in one another. But as you understand that ultimately, even those, you know, and that also applies to every day now, or, you know, any other timelines, because again, these kind of, you know, events have happened in many other timelines. It's all parallel, it's all happening now, until we have, which we have cleared them all. So basically, because the invasion traumas, forced breeding programs, all the sexual misery programming, all of the gender divide wars, it's all fully healed now. Done. Divine unions are here. It's done. So anyway, just to finish that, because I tend to jump around. Quantum jumping. Anyway, so the breaking of trust. So you don't trust your own inner intuition anymore, or, you know, that of another. You know, if kind of shit happens like this, a big shit, that makes the whole ship go down, and the realities, you know, this is obviously a big issue. So on one level, you have to learn from the mistake, okay? And know next time, because deep down, we did know. We just didn't listen to our intuition. We listened to them out there, those little demigods coming down and telling us what to do, or, you know, being more powerful, or appearing to be so. But it's just because we fell in fear, ultimately, that we became vulnerable. And that happened before they even came in, as I see it, because otherwise the invasion wouldn't come in. The invasion only comes in as your field is vulnerable. Only then would something then come to test you for you to reclaim your power, which we have done over many eons. Fully now, was geeinert done, but you get me. So it's all about basically repairing the trust, and it's happened now, where you understand, okay, but even making the mistake, so even when you act out of ego, even now, it's like sometimes you're like, who's the one, you know, why did I just say that, you know, kind of thing. You know, sometimes you're acting despite yourself, you know, out of character, something like this, or, you know, even within character, but it's like sometimes you say or do things that you don't really consciously want to do, even now that you're more and more conscious. But you get me, because you need to understand, ultimately, we're all being played by God. Okay. So even us making those mistakes, coming back to Lemurian times, was the highest good, because again, I was given the message, we, you know, allowed ourselves to be raped, so the forced breeding programs, in the name of love. But again, this is down to, we wouldn't have expanded our consciousness, aka divine blueprints, as much as we have without these forced breeding programs, because we offer them kind of, you know, DNA rehabilitation programs in a more, you know, kind of structured, limited way. But that wouldn't have allowed us as a one consciousness, ultimately at highest God source level, to expand again our consciousness, to merge the service to self, service to others, consciousness into service to all, because we were too, you know, we were too love and light. We were too, you know, we were too naive. We were not prepared physically. You know, we were not having any kind of trace of sort of 1% psychopath that would be able to, again, defend your family, your tribe, as the invaders come in. But now, as we have merged shadow and light, the fallen and the risen angelic, the human angelic, as one, because our shadow is also our light, and our light is also our shadow, and merged it all as one, because it's what it's all about, heaven and earth, masculine, feminine, all of this matter, antimatter, it's all interconnected. The polarities within the divine 0 point field of divine love, oneness, and neutrality. That's you being the tri-wave. That's us now. So we're no longer stuck in the distorted polarity. We're now unifying everything through the 0 point field, through neutrality, through divine love that also knows boundaries and discernment and takes no BS. It's both ends, as well as gentle love, you know, gentle love, tough love within omni love. It's both ends, knowing when to be what, who to open up your heart to, who to trust, who not to trust, as you trust your own intuition. So you need to understand, so even now, if you're sometimes worried, am I going to do the right thing or not? It's like, freaking go for it. It's like that's the only way you're going to learn anything anyway, isn't it? And even the wrong things are the right things because they're teaching you to learn whatever you need to learn. You avoiding bad experiences is the issue. Us avoiding feeling bad. Us, it's the fear of fear that's keeping us in the prison. It's like, this is the time to live fully, recklessly, limitless, boundless, and fully free. Because you're the avatar in the game. And you remember you cannot die, you've never been born, you're not going to have your heart broken because you're going to understand nothing anyone does or doesn't do ultimately has nothing to do with you. Once you have your consciousness, all your fragments back in check, and you can see reality for what it really is. Now, that doesn't mean that people we don't love and then would, leave us for one reason or another, for example, that it wouldn't be, something that we'd rather not experience, for example. But we also understand ultimately, like, this is beyond time now, and it's also beyond, because in separation, like, certain people, they're just part of your soul fabric. It's literally, it's like the cosmic monad. We are like sacred geometries, it's like soul tribes. They kind of belong together frequency-wise. They complement each other, We keep amplifying. It's like when we come together with certain people of same soul frequency resonance, where we're having the same visions for reality, that's how we are now co-creating. We can only get so far on our own. It's so much about communities. Now coming back with our star family, beloveds, those we really resonate with, in order to fully ignite new earth, from the inside out. And it's all about the sacred heart opening, and it's happening. So that's all I can see. So basically, there's no one also to change but the self. So we are the change we want to experience in the world. As we change, everything changes for us. That's the quantum observer effect. As you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change in response. Because we all have a different perspective of reality. It's all a bit convoluted, disjoint. Anyway, now we are agreeing on the one version of reality that, again, is in service to all, not just a few. Okay, but it has to, again, come from our own level of self-love, self-appreciation, knowing our value and worth, where we no longer, stay in toxic relationships, or, they don't even come up in our field anymore, as you have all of this healed. That's the whole thing. So none of this is an issue anymore, as you're just fully in your true self, which would be you fully loving yourself. That means you trusting your intuition, understanding that you always cared, you're always supported for, only when you are in fear and expecting otherwise somewhere deep down, will it be otherwise. So that's why it's so important to be super conscious, especially of our any kind of deepest seated fears, doubts, expectations, worries. That's why we need to make the unconscious conscious, because it's what has, kept co-creating our realities on autopilot without us really knowing what, we don't know what we don't know. That's why other people are so important to hold up the mirror, especially our divine counterparts. So you are formless awareness, and you choose what you give form to. Your energy, frequency, and vibration. Also check out again, if you haven't yet, the last Dragon Awakening Masterclass, the group call we did. It's timeless and quantum, powerful activation, 50 minutes long. And that will assist you with this. If you're interested, you can access it. I also have free activations in the description box beneath, the link to my SoundCloud. Any support, thank you so much for any donations, anyone supporting me on my Ko-fi page. Also, just to say, I believe, close the container any day now from my the return of the Essene Grey lines, because we're basically done here. If you're still interested in joining for this month, and I don't believe we're going kind of further than that, or at least not in the way we have done so far, the details are below, if you want to join. If you're interested, just have a look at the description or drop me a message, an email. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that out there. If you want to work in a group environment closer with me, it's mainly based on a daily Facebook chat group, as well as weekly calls, activations we do, but it's a whole energetic field and consciousness field and group field we are holding. So it's very alchemical, the work we do there on behalf of all, on behalf of the cosmic monads. But this is healed now, and we're basically now at celebration time. Okay, so, but anyway, so this is the last call out. I'm going to close it at one moment or another, but I'm not going to give another kind of warning or, you know, notification of that. So just have a look if it is interesting to you. It's kind of a mentorship program, you know, but again, it's more like, as in, we're all equals here, but it's also that understanding of what I'm bringing here, and that, you know, just being held in this energetic field, also getting basically daily remote clearing, healing, balancing, harmonizing upgrades and activations to your field, you know, and understanding that I'm here to, you know, this container is here to really help you to expand your consciousness. It's rapid soul growth, but you also need to be all in and have kind of attention and time to then, you know, engage with the material and what's being shared. So just to come back to, there's no one to change but the self. Accept and love the self as it is. See what happens. Okay, as you fully accept, love, and forgive yourself, no more judging yourself as you are, miracles happen. Okay, but you need to look also at the things you don't want to see. Again, it's merging shadow and light, not looking away from it, but alchemizing it and knowing it's also your gold. Okay, because our weaknesses can be our strengths, our weaknesses. It's kind of all one big mixed rainbow salad. So your formless awareness, and you choose what you give form to. So if you remember, you're just really consciousness, the one consciousness constantly imagining, reimagining, redreaming itself. Your formless awareness, your energy, frequency, and vibration. That's how you become one with the elements, with all of reality around you. And this is now master manifestation time. We're remembering again how we're doing this, okay? See the good in all things. Everything is serving a higher purpose. Again, even the mistakes have taught us what we needed to learn, but you need to be willing to look at it. It's the both end. It's the learning from it, shifting and changing it, correcting it within your consciousness, your DNA blueprint, which shifts your realities in turn, which is what ignites and heals your light body and multidimensional DNA. Okay, it's all about shifts in consciousness. That's what really gets you there, ultimately. Because that's what's held in your DNA, your morals, ethics, conduction, you know, how you carry yourself, how you're expressing yourself. And again, we all have a unique blueprint as well as a joint, the new androgynous, Chrysa, Sapphira, Diamond, Rainbow, Plasma, Aurora, light body and orb, bubble, and Merkaba vehicle, which is fully being ignited right now. That's all I see. So tune in, especially in nature. It really helps you heal as well. Bare feet on the ground, salt baths, loads of water, be good to yourself, loads of self-care, loads of relaxation, relax your nervous system. The nervous system, meridians, nadis in your body are directly connected to the grids. As this is fully healing, we are fully healing. And again, as so much light comes in, it can also be a bit much, you know, to take. And it's purging, flushing out anything that's not in alignment with divine love, with this higher consciousness, the cosmic Christ consciousness. Okay, being God source consciousness embodied, seeing through the eyes and heart of God. This is what this is about. This is ascension, and then you're no longer afraid because you are God. And everything works in your favor. Why would it not? It's only when we're in separation that we come up with fear scenarios and these paranoid paradigms and realities that are not nice to experience. As we return, which we have done now, to our true divine essence and original innocence, but with the lessons learned, but no longer running on autopilot repeat for us to constantly recreate these looping patterns, we're fully out of it. Also remember, as you're kind of feeling, sometimes you're looping, you're actually going deeper within and what's beneath the, you know, next layer. But really, I mean, this is it. What I could see basically is that the whole, through us understanding that ultimately we can trust ourselves if we listen to our intuition, and then we also know who to trust, we're all good here. And there's no more, you know, these relationships where we can't trust and where we don't feel safe and where we can't be fully ourselves, our true self and authentic, and, you know, be seen, see the other for who they truly are, and love the other as they are and ourselves as we are. Yeah, and perfectly imperfect. Because Jesus, just imagine if you were perfect, that's a lot to live up to, and that would be really boring. And what is that anyway? Yeah, perfect is one thing for one person and something for another. So just remember your formless awareness, choose what you give form to, reimagine, redream reality, reimagine it how you like it to be, keep overwriting, keep it immediate, what your, real people, organic life, that kind of thing. And the kind of messages or materials, information you want to really connect with that will get you to that frequency and consciousness of new earth realities, no longer stuck in polarity consciousness, victimizer games, and all of these storylines, again, that are imaginary ultimately, okay? So the amnesia is lifting and we're remembering who we truly are, who everyone else is, and what truly happened, a past, so to say, here now, that's free of all the invasions, all the fallen consciousness, all of that fully healed. The wall or split in time, dimensions, realities, fully healed, cleared, all coming fully online, tune in. And again, us getting it wrong is us also getting it right, but you need to be also able to see that you got it wrong and then correct it. It's the both end, okay? But see the good in all things. It's the same as when we go to through clearings and pains or, not so nice or stressful, squeezing experiences. It's like you need to be tested, you need to be initiated, you need to be triggered, you need to be, not feel good in order to get you to your true self and to your higher state of consciousness, because in that comfort zone, we don't grow. You know what I mean? So we're all being pushed out of our comfort zones one way or another. Because if you haven't learned your lessons now, one way or another, the lessons are being served. Okay? So you just need to be willing to see, laugh at it. Only the ego cares, and it's gone now. It's done. Uska Aisha Nata. Never real to begin with. Done. So everything had to happen exactly the way it did for us to learn the lessons, but it's also important, again, to understand them. That's the only way we can progress and grow and learn. Yeah? So laugh at yourself. Only the ego has pride. Pride is so bullshit. Like, you being integrity, that's a different thing. Okay? So all of our ego fears, doubts, worries, fully cleared, fully dissolved at a deep cellular level, fully freeing ourselves of this false fear matrix. Just let it dissolve from your field. Again, everybody's at a different stage. This is happening outside of time. Again, I believe the 6-6 gateway is massive. And it's beyond that one day. But let's see what's coming in. Already, this is like, we're being flooded by light. The lids are plasma light bodies, crystalline bodies being fully ignited. Everything else that's not true divine love is anything that's artificially inorganic cleared. There's a lot going on with the auroras. And basically these are the plasmas and the water element. And it's like all the toxins, all the AI, all of these, false artificial materials and beings also fully cleared and returned to source. But a lot of the toxic materials, especially, is being cleared by as if water bubbles, like little rainbow water bubbles, which are the auroras, and basically transported back throughout the Stargate back to source. That's what I'm seeing a lot of. So opening our hearts and trusting our own inner guidance and knowing again, our own inner guidance and knowing again is absolutely key right now. It's what helps heal your field. It's you reclaiming your power, because it's when we believe someone else knows better or has the magic key to our awakening and ascension, that's the issue here. People like me can remind you how to get there, but it's ultimately your path to take. You need to connect to your source, to your higher guidance. You don't want a middleman to do that for you. That's so, so important. That's you being God sovereign and free. Okay? And all these archangels, entities and whatever, they're just part of your, higher self, the higher soul matrix identities. But you want to really connect to source. If you want healing, if you want anything, connect to source. Ask God source to heal you or whatever you need help with. Answers, questions, anything. Ask from an open heart and a pure intention. As you keep reaffirming that connection, it gets stronger. As with anything, you need to keep honing your gifts. You need to use them in order to really access them, and then also to activate more. the same with the knowledge, you know, like if I don't share it, it gets like kind of a bottleneck. It literally builds up in my field. I need to share it, but then also more comes in. And it's in a constant supply. That's why I'm kind of consistently and constantly also sharing. But it's like I put myself out of the picture, what I want to do, don't want to do, in a sense of like, well, you know, I still put in complaints sometimes. Like, make no mistake, the last few weeks have been super intense. I was literally for 2 weeks, like daily, just my mantra prayer was, I can't do anymore. I'm so tired. Just please make it stop. Just I can't do it anymore. I just needed it to stop. But, you know, not all day long, but every day there was a moment like where it was just so heavy. It was just so much, you know, that I'm also transmuting. Also the activations I do, there's a lot I clear on behalf of everyone, you know, that's taking part in the activations, as well as generally the field, because we're doing it on behalf of all, and that's just one of the things I do. And again, many of us do this, especially those, you know, Melchizedek blue rays. And again, we're all part of this. We're all carrying all the rays ultimately. But those who are transmuting a lot, okay? So, but here, our freedom is here, but you need to claim it, okay? Follow your heart, no more fear, let it all dissolve within your field, okay? Within your consciousness, in your cellular memory, reclaim all of your power, no more insecurity, no more confusion, crystal clarity is here. When I speak of this and you listen, this is being activated in your field. Uska Ashanata. These are activations I'm speaking. I am manifesting with everything I say, think, feel, do. Although it's also okay sometimes to, and again, we all do this, to, you know, go down to letting it all go and burning it all up. Again, in order to really powerfully manifest right now, you need to be fully detached to the outcomes, specific outcomes. You need to be kind of in the space of just knowing that everything is going to work out more than just well, okay? So fully letting go of fear, fully opening up your heart to receive the blessings. That's the thing. If we have our heart closed, we can't receive the abundance. We can't receive the blessings. We can't receive the love. But we've been busy clearing, healing, opening our hearts, our inner child, fully healed, fully rebirthed, the cosmic Christ, fully returned. Okay, we're here now. Trust. So we learn from our experiences. When we do that, we gain wisdom, we grow, and we hone our gifts and abilities. Okay, and our connection to source. And again, learning from these experiences and sometimes getting, you know, intuition or guidance wrong, in a sense, helps you to fine-tune, hone it. If you don't listen to it, don't follow it, you can't do that, okay? So just see everything has served a greater purpose. And you will have to keep doing what you judge until you no longer judge what you're doing and what everybody else is doing. Judgment is a big thing, okay? It's you in separation with parts of yourself. So keep going there. It's okay, but you need to realize and say, oh, okay, what am I here to integrate further and love more up and neutralize and ask source, you know? And it's our energy field, it's our voice, it's our frequency that heals other people. You listening to my voice, my energy field, me having integrated what I'm speaking about, not perfectly, because I'm also listening back to this and then integrate it further. It's the both end, but still, me healing my field, you then listening to this and the words I'm speaking, and because I carry that blueprint, and that's just kind of what I'm here for, activates it also in your field. Okay? It's the consciousness we hold. That's what's healing. You know, not what we speak about, it's what we embody. So protect and maintain your peace, kind of at all costs, within reason. It really leads to you to world peace. Okay? Create the reality you need in order to get you to that place. Love, bliss, you know, all of that. Keep following your heart, your intuition, it will lead you there. So no longer feeding the vampires, toxic relationships, all of the victim consciousness games. It's done. We're done here. So let go of any need to control your life or the journey. Okay, it's absolutely key. Keep flowing. Keep being surprised and really now jump all into the adventure that life is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be us being stuck and, you know, limited and in fear. It really surely isn't. Okay, so we've done that. Done. Let's live. Let's do this. Jump all in. Let's do it. Let's fly. Rise, shimmer, shine, higher than ever before. Okay. Remember, it's already yours. It's already here. The time is now. Time is now. Now or never. Okay. Be fearless. Be reckless. Become the master of the dream. Reclaim it all. Okay. It's all of you is this. Everything is you. That realization sets you free. There's no breaking out of anything ultimately. There's just waking up, awakening to the realization what has been the ultimate truth all along. We have just forgotten. So we're fully awakening from the amnesia, fully letting go of anything that no longer serves us, especially the limiting belief systems and thought forms, because that's your only limit, truly. Okay, your belief systems. So jump all the way in. It's jump time. Quantum leaping, jumping, immersing yourself in new earth now, ignited from deep within with everything you do, say, think, feel. Again, just be present most of all. It's not about faking positivity or anything, needing to make something happen. No, just be present. That's all you need to know. No longer resisting anything, pushing down or clinging on to anything. Flow state. Okay, that's your nervous system fully healed. You're fully supported by Source. The 4 big back exercise. Source has your back. And that's all you need to know, really. That's you. That's your true safety. That's your true north. That's your anchor. That's the only safety you need. You will always be supported no matter what, as long as you're in divine service to all, to Source. And keep listening to your intuition and your heart's guidance. It will lead you there. Keep following the breadcrumbs. Keep following divine love. It will lead you home to divine love, which we are. Okay? And we're remembering that. So we're here now. So we've been dancing around the campfire in a tribal way, literally repelling, expelling, resolving, dissolving, clearing all remaining negative entities, all that stuff. It's fully quantum completing now. Through the divine unions, within and without. Let's make it so. Okay, so keep opening up to divine love. Keep being the truth. Keep bringing in divine justice in every now moment. And follow your Love-Bliss, because this is where this gets fun now. Okay? Thank you for all your support. Again, any details below if you want to find out more about some of my offerings and free activations, donations. Thank you so much for all of your help and support, especially now. Although I'll see you on New Earth, and because the celebrations are well and truly on. Already here now. Keep going there. Already here now. Keep quantum merging. What I'm seeing is also, it's like we're building portals, especially between the twin flames. Slide. Anyone who might be familiar with the freedom teachings, there was a whole sliders series. It's also about kind of bringing the higher frequencies or the future frequencies from our future, new earth realities and our future self. We keep bringing them in, we are creating the frequencies, and it's kind of sliding into these parallel realities and into these quantum spaces that we now have full access to. Okay, so merge or slide where you want to be. It might be, I don't know, another place on earth. Like, think teleportation, think, advanced forms of astral projection, like, again, we're turning on our superpowers. The portal between the hearts, between the masculine and feminine, create, portals, wormholes, however you want to call it. And they literally transcend dimension, and they're here to transcend time, space, and gravity through the power of true divine law, as you follow divine law. Yeah. Okay, so enjoy the weddings. The weddings have been a big theme. So that would be fun to see how that plans out. And yeah, let's make it a really lucid dream. Let's transcend those dimensions. Let's build those portals. Let's open our hearts up wide to the love that we are, and that will unlock all of the wisdom, everything you ever wanted to know, our cosmic history records, and with it, heaven and earth. Right fudging now. Let's make it so. Done. It is done. It is done. It is done. So it is. Usanataya aishkunate ekara ekara ekana tukununa aisanatarata. Sunate. Kunait. Sunate. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So much love, so many blessings. I see you there.